All right, let's get this thing started. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for showing up today. or for coming out. We are going to be picking up where we left off with that yellow brick road quilt. It's been a hot minute since we worked on it, but that's okay. I had to wait for some extra fabrics to come in, which I have already cut up and integrated into the pieces that we had before. So I'll show you those as they come up. And then I've made sure that we have all of the pieces we need to go ahead and make that full-size quilt. I don't know if you guys remembered from last time, but we ran out of pieces. It turns out I had only bought enough to make a twin size, not a full size. Oops. So I had to get in some extra fabric. But yeah, we're all set and ready to go. We're going to be doing a whole heck of a lot of sewing today. So we're going to be doing some sewing and chatting. So if you haven't already, make sure you say hi and chat for me so I know you're there. Depending on how today goes, we might try a giveaway later on today. We'll see. See how many people are able to join us today. First of all, before we get started, I want to say a huge, huge thank you to all of our new subscribers. I cannot believe the amount of growth this channel has seen just in the last week. You guys may recall last week we were celebrating the fact that we had 31 subscribers, which was just amazing to me. And now you might see we have 48 subscribers in 1 week. I mean, I'm just overwhelmed. So thank you so much, each and every one of you, as well as all the people that have stuck with me since the beginning. I really appreciate all of the love and support you guys are showing, and that just keeps me motivated to keep going. So hopefully you guys got a chance to check out that video this week, that mini mystery quilt. That's really exciting. I'll have the second video out later this week. So anyway, I'm waiting for my iron to get warm. It was warm, then it turned off on me. I've got a little crease here I want to get rid of, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. And the music in my ear is just obnoxiously loud, so I'm trying to turn it down. There's like a fine line between it being on and it being off. On and shouting at me and off, so hopefully that's a little bit better. Using a different mic again today. I'm actually using the mic that's on the camera today because I found that one actually sounds better than the one that I had before, the actual headset mic. So I hopefully don't sound like I'm in a tunnel. Got a whole bunch of new lights in the room today. Unfortunately, they don't really seem to be making a difference with regards to the colors. These colors still look a really weird orange, and they're not. They're this beautiful shade of bright yellow. So I'm still trying to figure that out. Alright, looks like my iron is nice and hot, so let's go ahead and get rid of this crease real quick. And then we will go ahead and get started on our yellow brick road. So satisfying. So satisfying to see those creases go away. Alright. Like I said, mostly we're going to be doing a whole heck of a lot of sewing and ironing today. I am barefoot again in my sewing room, so hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. I really need to learn to put a pair of slippers on one of these days. I've got two sets of blocks here. One of the blocks we had already finished up. I've got that one in here, and then we've got these two sets here that need to be finished up. Let me show you guys what they look like. Again, colors are terrible, but you can see we've got a long strip here at the top, then we've got a shorter strip and a nice block here. That's this first one. And then the second one we're going to be working on today is a 4-patch, but, you know, kind of lopsided one. It's got a small block with a strip and then two 5-inch blocks. 5 by 6, I think, over here. So we're going to get working on those. I'm just going to chain piece these up together, just one right after the other. I've got a bobbin in here that we're probably going to need to switch out, but I do have an extra one. We might even have to run another one. I'm not sure yet, but let's get started. All right, so that one's ironed up. Nice. Let me lay these out here. So this is the block that we had started to do, and that's when we realized we were running out of fabrics, running out of pieces, and that's when we figured out we needed to buy more. So that's these here. So this is one of the new fabrics that we just picked up. It's real pretty. It's Daisies with some green leaves and stems. I think it should work really well, integrate really well. One of the other ones we've got is this one here. It's yellow and white daisies on a black background. Hi Chloe, good morning. Thank you for joining me. And then the third one that we integrated in is the same yellow and white daisies. These are yellow and black daisies on a white background. So I think they'll integrate really well. I could obviously the fabric that we have in the quilt is discontinued, so we're unfortunately not going to be able to integrate that in. I did look for it, but I couldn't find it. That's what had taken me so long to look for it before. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Just want to make sure I'm doing it right. So all of these pieces here, let me lay these out, go this way. This way. A little piece, short piece goes on the top. All right. All right, so we're just going to get started. Like I said, lots and lots of sewing today, lots of sewing, lots of ironing today. I think that we're going to have all the pieces put together today. I'm not sure that we're going to get to actually assembling any of the rows today, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see how it goes. So let me get this foot pedal here in the way. I'm all kinds of discombobulated today. All right. All right, let's get going. This is really, really easy stitching. It's just straight stitching all over everything, basically. Just a lot of it today. And I'm going to try and pick some pieces at random so that we don't have too many of them in the same place. I tried to lay out my piles here a little bit random so that everything is kind of a scrappy look as opposed to anything that's too well organized. There we go. All right, just keep grabbing pieces. So let me know, guys, how is your weekend going? How are things going by you? Today is obviously Sunday. You guys are aware of that. Things are going good. One of my daughters is back working, so that's good. She started her summer job. She works at a local restaurant over here. She's one of the cashiers. She's been there a few years now. I think going on 3 years, actually, if I'm remembering correctly. My other daughter starts at the pool this summer. We have a pool by us, run by the park district. She's going to start that this summer. She's still got a week or two left before she starts. Just going to chain piece these up together. They're all going to need to be ironed up. So we'll probably do, 6 or 8 of them and then iron them up and then keep going. I think I just goofed already. I think. Yep, I did. I sewed this one on the wrong side. So we'll have to fix that one. Okay. That one's correct. This one's wrong. let's start right from the beginning, Let's screw these up right from the start. Chloe says, not bad. Plan to plant our veggie garden later, but it's 88 degrees outside. Oh my goodness. Already this morning it's 88 degrees. Wow. That's a little warm. We had some pretty nasty, hot and humid weather earlier in the week, but it seems to have finally calmed down a little bit. Although we did have nothing but rain all day yesterday. Ugh. It was awful. What kind of veggies are you planting, Chloe? We have tried having a veggie garden at my house. We've tried for a few years, and I think that the dogs really like fresh veggies. Because they seem to get in there, no matter how hard we try, they seem to end up getting in there and getting them. I have one that loved to eat the green tomatoes right off the plant. So I never got my spaghetti sauce. It's kind of frustrating. So we just gave up. We said, well, you know, it was a nice thought. So now I just get hand-me-downs from all of our friends and family. Alright, so there's that one pulled out already. And this one, because I'm already not paying attention. Because, you know, it wouldn't be this channel if I wasn't making mistakes. Chloe says she's making peppers, tomatoes, Portuguese hot peppers, and eggplant. Ooh, you know, I've never had eggplant fresh from the garden before. I mean, I think it's a type of squash, isn't it? So, I mean, it should be okay based on, you know, obviously the zone that you live in and things like that. But I've never had it. Tomatoes are fantastic in the garden. I love making fresh tomato sauce with those. And obviously peppers. What kind of peppers? Are you talking green peppers, sweet peppers, hot peppers? What kind of peppers are you talking? And I've never heard of Portuguese hot peppers. I'm wondering, are those like as spicy as a jalapeno? Or I'm not good with vegetables. I don't know my veggies as well as I should. All right, let me fix these. These two were sewn up to the wrong side, so I'm gonna fix these up real quick. That one. Now this one, I need to start paying a little bit more attention to what I'm doing. Streamlabs is being a bit obnoxious at the moment. My apologies. Chloe says red peppers, green peppers, Portuguese are more mild than jalapenos. Okay. Okay, I've never heard of them before. I mean, obviously they're a thing. I've just never heard of them before. Awesome, very cool. Red peppers, green peppers. Oh God, I love green peppers. They're one of my favorites. I always have sweet peppers in my refrigerator. That's like one of our staples in our house. You know, bread, eggs, milk, peppers, and mushrooms. Mushrooms is another one. I'm gonna flip this over. Set these over here. So since I've got a few of these lined up, I'm going to go ahead and press these up real quick. That way we can kind of keep up with what we're doing here. And there's all kinds of fuzzies, so I'm going to just grab this right here. So I just, like I mentioned before, the 48 subscribers this week, it boggles my mind that we've gotten that much movement on the channel in just 1 week. It's just, I think we set a record, to be honest. You know, that's 17 subscribers in 1 week. I'm fairly certain even the week that I started this channel with all my friends and family joining, I think there were only 14. So, you know, that's something that's huge. Just absolutely huge. Super excited. I have a new video for Clue 2 of the mini mystery quilt that'll be coming out this week. For sure. I'm kind of hoping I can get 2 of them out this week, but it just depends on how things go. I'm still learning how to use my new editing software, and it's kind of frustrating me a little bit. It's not as easy as I was expecting it to be, I guess, and so I might go back to my old one just to kind of get these videos out and then keep playing with the new software until I can figure it out. So that's why the video you saw this week might have been, there were definitely some audio issues, which I haven't quite figured out why those are there or how those are occurring. I'm looking into, this one didn't lay flat. I'm looking into some mic setups, microphone setups. I haven't really decided if I'm going to invest in that just yet. Right now, the mic on the camera seems to be working okay. The only thing I don't like about that is it does pick up the background noises that you hear. So you guys, the camera and the microphone are right next to my outside window. And so that has a tendency to pick up the outside noises, and I'm not thrilled with that. But it is what it is. We'll have to deal with it, I guess. Alright, there's those. Just keep going at it. Today is going to be a very boring day of nothing but sewing, which for me, I enjoy the sewing part of it. So for me, it's going to be a lot of fun. But for you guys, I'm sure it'll be slightly boring just watching me feed fabric into the machine all day. But that is part of the process, and that was one of the goals of having this project on my live streams, is so that you guys can see the entire process from start to finish. For those of you who are familiar with sewing or familiar with quilting, you already know the process. But those of you who are not familiar, it's something new to learn. See just how much work it really takes. So if you're ever lucky enough to be gifted a quilt by someone that's made it, you can have a full understanding of exactly how much work it took to put it all together. So, let me grab this one here. We're going to be playing the bobbin race again today. I have, I don't know, like a quarter of a bobbin left, if that. I do have an extra one sitting up here on the top of my machine. I always keep an extra up there. So we can switch that out when it's time. Yesterday, I was working on these pieces, cutting these pieces up, getting them ironed up so that they would integrate into the quilt really well. And I had allocated a certain amount of time for, working on the project before I had to start on some house things. And getting all these pieces together and getting them all cut up and lined up and ready to go actually didn't take as long as I expected. It only took me, I don't know, like an hour or so. And so I had extra time in, my allotted amount of time. And I'm like, well, cool. I should start on another project. I should, because I'm kind of in a groove, The problem was I have a bunch of projects that I want to work on, just an absolute bunch of them. But with this channel, I want to share them all with you guys. And I was not in a position at that particular moment to really, turn the camera on and start recording. So I was kind of stuck. So I wasn't really able to figure out a project that I wanted to do off camera. So you guys have become an integral part of my my hobby, I guess. And I love sharing the journey of these projects with you guys. And I'm so grateful that there are so many people out there that want to watch it with me. So thank you. Thank you very much for that. I'm just grabbing pieces at random here, just trying to put these pieces in. Uh-oh. This one's a little short. I think I might have done something weird here. Hang on. This one's a little short and odd. Let's see. Mm. 6 1/4. Excuse me, 6 1/4. I think I cut this piece short. Chloe said, I am working on cotton cuts PMQ. Did you use a scant 1/4 inch? I have a 1/4 inch pressure foot with the ledge on it, so I just used the ledge. I'm not sure if that is a scant or not. I don't think that it is. I think it's an exact. They, at least in my opinion, they've been cutting them pretty close to accurate. They have said to use a scant 1/4 inch, so you could try it. I've never been able to master the scant 1/4 inch, so. Why is this so off? Trying to measure these pieces because something is off about this piece, and I just don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the small piece that I cut or the big piece that I cut, but something is off. Okay, so that's the same. What did I do here, guys? Ah, figured it out. Okay. Okay. I think I've got it. Yep. Yep. So these strips here are supposed to be at 3 1/4, and they're at 3 3/4. So I cut them too long. Okay, so that's what my problem is with these pieces. All right, we'll trim those up after we're done here. I don't know what to do with this. So I'm gonna need it later. Okay, but at least now I know. So I'm gonna measure, so I'm gonna match up when I'm sewing these, because we're gonna have to trim that edge there. So I'm gonna make sure that when I'm matching these pieces up, that I match them up on this corner, this edge here instead. Chloe, which PMQ are you working on? Are you working on Olympia or the So Sweet one? I have clue 4 of the So Sweet quilt. It's up there. I always point up there because I have this big cabinet right here, guys, and so there's a bunch of stuff piled up there. So I've got clue 4 is up there. I will get that video recorded probably next week, and I'll probably drop it in between the mini mystery quilt pieces. And then I also have a little bonus that I signed up for from the Olympia quilt. So we'll work on that one also. We will get that one going as well. Soon, very, very soon. Chloe says, my block was an 1/8 inch short with a 1/4 inch. I started Olympia. I have So Sweet. Okay, so you bought the Olympia. Okay, and you said it's an 1/8 inch short. Interesting. Well, I didn't measure, and I know you watched the videos before, but I did not measure any of my pieces after I was done sewing them up. I did not check the final dimensions. I just sewed them up and went with faith. And my pieces turned out pretty good. I had to do a little bit of stretching on a couple of the pieces when I was putting the full thing together. So you could try that because it is only an 1/8 of an inch, so the fabric will stretch. You can get the pieces to stretch that much sometimes. But if it's an 1/8 of an inch too big, obviously you're going to want to trim that. I decided to wait until I was putting everything together to start trimming. I'm not sure that that was probably the best way to do it, but that's how I did it. And it seemed to work out pretty well. I didn't have too many issues. I have fuzzies everywhere. I have fuzzies everywhere. I didn't seem to have too many issues with that. So, yeah, these are all going to need to be trimmed up. That's all right, though. We can do that. That's not a big deal. And speaking of cotton cuts, their new their newest quilt is going to go, their sign up goes live on the 27th, which I think that's this Friday. Yes, it is. It is this Friday. So it goes live this Friday. Some of their colorways sell out within hours. I've seen them within, 45 minutes. It goes live at 7 a.m. Central Time on Friday. Unless you're already a detective for the So Sweet quilt, in which case you got a sign up for, or maybe it was Olympia, I don't remember. But you got a sign up link for that. I have picked up my colorways, so we will be doing another PMQ on this channel, which is really exciting. Hopefully I get my first round pick, but if not, that's okay. I have some backups selected as well. If you do !CC in chat, you should be able to get the link for Cotton Cuts. You can go ahead and bookmark that on your computer or your phone, so then that way you can hop on there Friday morning when you get up. Chloe says, she says yes. Yes, I'm thinking, I'm not sure what the yes was, Chloe, I'm sorry. I didn't check it in time. I'm thinking that's when I told her she could probably try and stretch the pieces a little bit to get them to line up if they need to be. 1/8 of an inch is usually something that you can work with pretty easily. There's enough give in the fabric to be able to allow for that. I mean, any more than that, and I'd be a little concerned. But, excuse me, if you guys remember, when we put the Olympia together, the one piece I was off by probably 3/4 of an inch. But because of the length of the project, I was able to kind of give myself that little bit of extra fabric each time. And so I ended up with actually more than I needed by the time it was said and done. Olympia is not up here because she is actually already at the long arm. I went ahead and dropped that one off along with our Step This Way quilt to be all around quilted. So hopefully, she said about 2 weeks, so we'll probably see that one in a little bit. And I realize I only have one piece left, but I'm all jammed up here, so I'm just going to pull these off real quick. Excuse me. If you're just joining us, good morning. Thank you for joining us. And thank you if you are new to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing this week. We had 17 new subscribers this week, which is just mind-boggling. I'm so grateful for each and every single subscriber, so thank you for that. We are working on our yellow brick road. We had started this quite a while ago. Chloe says, exciting to see the quilting. Yes, I'm excited to see it as well. She has not reached out to me yet. She usually does to recommend the all over quilting designs and thread colors. She has not reached out yet, but I love her work. It's beautiful. She does a fantastic job. So I'm really excited to see what she does. But as I mentioned, we're working on our yellow brick road. If you would like a copy of this pattern, you can get it from the Fat Quarter Shop by doing !pattern in chat. The fabric that we're using is a discontinued fabric, unfortunately. I did actually have to pull some fabric from a different fabric line entirely, from Timeless Treasures, because I just didn't have enough. So unfortunately I had to improvise, and that's why we had to put this one on hold for a few weeks so that I could collect all that fabric up. And of course my iron went cold again. So I'm going to grab a drink real quick while that warms up. Make sure you say hi in chat so I can say hi back. Streamlabs is being overly obnoxious this morning. Good morning, Brenda. Oh, Brenda, no need to apologize for being late. I appreciate you joining us whenever you can. And even if you can't join us when you're live, if you want to watch later on, I appreciate that too. Absolutely no need to apologize. But welcome. Good morning from Kentucky. And she says good morning to Chloe as well. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. And Brenda, I was thinking about this the other day when we were chatting over email, and you said you were from the Louisville, Kentucky area. And it's funny because this quilt, the fabric and the pattern that we actually bought these at a shop in Louisville, Kentucky when we were there on vacation a few years ago. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name of the shop. I have, I think, a bag from them or something. I'll have to dig it up and see if I can find it. But such a cute little shop. So adorable. I have no idea where it was at or what the name of it was, but absolutely loved it. We must have been there for, gosh, like 3 hours. I mean, it was just crazy the amount of time we were there. So I just thought that was rather intriguing that you're from there, and I got this particular quilt from there as well as the one that we'll be working on next. That one's a half square triangle project. I'm both excited for that one and a little nervous. Brenda says, oh, Among Friends maybe. You know, that does sound familiar. We went to 2 of them. And for the life of me, I told you I can't remember the names of them. One of them was in like a small downtown area, right next to a pottery place. I don't know if that helps at all. And then the second one was kind of in a mini strip mall. But Among Friends, that does sound familiar. I can't say for sure that was the shop or not. I'd have to look it up and let you know. But yeah, it does sound familiar. So we've went ahead and sewn up our second block. So the first block was already sewn up. We did that the last time. We were able to get all those pieces together. This is our second block, which we've just finished. I'm just ironing up these pieces. And then we've got our third block. And, you know, I didn't think we were going to get to put pieces together, put rows and stuff together today, but I'm thinking we might at least get some of them together today. So we'll have to wait and see how this goes. Chloe says, I just starched my fabric for the summer camp sew along. Hi Brenda, I am from Rhode Island. Oh, Chloe's from Rhode Island. Brenda says the Among Friends is or won't be long in the strip mall. Oh, are they moving? I hope they're moving and not closing. Gosh. It very possibly is that one. It was such a cute little shop. They had just a ton of quilts everywhere that were already done up already. Beautiful stacks of fabrics everywhere. My daughter, we walked in and it was, you know, the shop we went to, and I'm hoping it is this Among Friends. The shop we went to was just, it was when you think of a quilt shop, that's what it was. When you walked in the door, there was a couple of machines, not too many, but it was just beautiful fabrics and beautiful quilts everywhere. And it was so wonderful. Absolutely. The people behind the counter were so sweet and so kind and so patient. Just absolutely patient. Okay, so this is one I'm going to need to trim. So I'm not going to iron that one up just yet. I'm going to wait and trim these up first and then iron them. Ooh, this one is terribly short. Uh-oh. This one could be a problem. Let's see what we got going on here. Ooh. That one's terrible too. Alright, well. Brenda said they lost or had their lease taken. Oh, that's so sad to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. We had that happen to the local quilt shop here in my town. It was just heartbreaking to see that happen. Okay, so that's 6 1/4. So that's 6 1/2. So this one is just way too big on all edges. So this one's an anomaly. It needs to be. Holy smokes, that one's huge. Okay, this one needs to be trimmed up majorly. Majorly. Chloe says, so sad to hear about it. Yeah, it is sad. Brenda says, yes, I'm sure that's it. They have a huge sale. Maybe look them up online. 45% off fabric reduction sale. Oh, wow. Yes. Let me flag that. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to take a peek because if I'll be able to tell right away if they have a couple of pictures of the shop posted. I'll be able to tell right away if that was the shop. And if it is, I will absolutely buy some things online if I can, because it was such a sweet store. I really wish that I had something. I do have a local quilt store by me. Don't get me wrong. I adore it. It's one of my favorites. But this one was just so sweet. Just one of your charming little, your charming little stores. It was just adorable. I absolutely loved it. My goodness, guys. This is just a bunch of pieces I gotta trim up here. So I'm just making some piles here. Give me a second. Okay, so these are all okay. So let me iron up these real quick. Oh, looks like somebody's trying to start a heist. Chloe, make sure you do exclamation point heist, a space, and then the amount of thimbles you're willing to risk. If you want to do them all, then you just type in all. So you do, like, if you want, you can do exclamation point thimbles. That'll tell you how many you have, and then from there you can decide how many you're willing to wager. But it looks like she's trying to start a heist. She's going to earn some of those thimbles so she can turn them in for a prize, which I have set up a single prize. If you do exclamation point prize in chat, it'll tell you more about it. It is a fat quarter, nothing too fancy. A couple of fat quarters, and maybe a pattern or two, depending on what we've got going on here. And I'm trying to figure out how to get the giveaway stuff to work. I think I've got it figured out, and if we get to a point where there's at least 10 viewers on the live stream, I'll go ahead and turn it on. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. There you go, Brenda. Oh, good, Chloe. Yeah, heist 50. Perfect. Brenda says, I've been through Rhode Island as a teenager. I have never been. That is on my bucket list of places to go. I've never been to the upper Northeast. The highest I've ever been was New York and Pennsylvania. That's the highest I've gotten to so far. But I will get there eventually. I'm gonna grab my Ahoy, Brenda. Seriously, what has happened here? That's funny. Good luck to you both. I did change the timer a little bit on the heist so it runs a little bit longer so everyone has the opportunity to join. It's a 5-minute timer now instead of a 2-minute timer like it was before. That just gives people a little extra time to join in. We've got some trimming up here to do, so I'm just going to trim these up real quick. This should be... Yeah, that's close enough. That's weird. I gave Brenda the Ahoy, which is when I first set up the heist stuff, it was set up for pirates and treasure chests, and it was weird. So I changed it all to thimbles, and I thought I rewrote it all, but apparently I didn't. I missed one, and so Brenda got an Ahoy with a treasure map kind of thing. So that's funny. I'll have to check that out later. I think I'm going to need a little bit bigger of a ruler. Good luck to you both. Anyone else that wants to join, they can do exclamation point heist in chat with the amount of points that you're willing to wager. Everyone is earning points in chat earning points as they're watching. And you earn an extra couple of points for every message you type in chat. Just as a way of for me to say thank you to you guys for participating. Okay, so I need a bigger ruler. I wonder if I can use this one. Is this one round? It's long enough, and I think I can lay it the other way. All right. 6.5. Just trimming up some pieces here, guys. Looks like I cut them a little too long. This one's an inch too long. Geez, no wonder it's so big. So we're just gonna trim these up real quick. There we go. Just trimming them up real fast. Brenda says, after all that searching I did for more shimmer for cotton cuts, a ad camera up in Yvette Reina's shop for layer cakes and jelly rolls. I ordered one of each, so Quilt's gonna get bigger. Brenda was looking for some extra pieces for her cotton cuts piece because hers was a little short and it took forever to find them. And so then she finally found them, and now she's found other parts she likes, so she said her quilt's going to get even bigger. I decided to keep mine pretty small because I don't know if I think I've mentioned it before, but I'm going to use it as a throw in my living room, and I didn't want it to be too big. I wanted it to be more of like a lap style quilt, so I did not add any additional borders to mine. Brenda had posted pictures of hers in our Facebook group, which is gorgeous, by the way. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you to everybody that is posting stuff there. Your projects are absolutely beautiful. I know I've seen a couple from Chloe. Chloe did some pillows for a friend of hers. Those are, I loved the reds and the oranges and the yellows. That was beautiful colors. If you'd like to join us on that Facebook, just do !FB in chat. You can join us there. It is a private group, so you do have to get permission to join, but I promise we do that pretty quickly. And we would love to see what y'all are working on. Yeah, this one's an inch too long as well. Huh? Okay. This one can actually be. These are big enough to be leaders, so I'm going to put those in that pile. There we go. Brenda says, yes, wow, was gorgeous work, Chloe. Yes. Yes, it was. It was very beautiful. Those are things I aspire to. Someday maybe I'll get to be that good. Who knows? All right, so we've trimmed up our pieces. Oh, I missed it. You guys all won on the heist. Congratulations, both Chloe and Brenda won. So Chloe won 75 and Brenda won 60. Okay, so congratulations, guys. Like I said, if you do !thimbles in chat, you can see how many thimbles you have earned. And if you do !, I think it's prize. It's either prize or prizes in chat. You can see what the prizes are that you can turn in those thimbles for. Alright, so let me go ahead and get these ironed up, and then we can start on our block number 3. Block number 3. So I've got a couple of ideas, or, we're getting close to reaching our goal of 50 subscribers. We only need 2 more left. And so I've got a couple of ideas of a couple of things I was thinking of doing as a way of saying thank you. I mean, obviously one of them is a giveaway if I can figure out exactly how to get that to work, which I think I know how to do it. And I think I've got it set up. I just haven't set up for too long. So we're going to do something like that as a way of saying thank you. So hopefully some of our new subscribers can join us, although I'm thinking I might do something more in the comments section instead of in chat. So then that way, some of our new subscribers, if they are not able to make our live stream, they can at least try to join in. We don't have enough subscribers to open a community page just yet. We're still working on that. It'll be a bit before that happens. So I got to kind of be a little creative with things. Chloe says, I have yet to complete a quilt, hopefully soon. Brenda said, I told my friends how much fun I had. Oh, thank you, Brenda, so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Well, we had, Brenda, I don't know if you heard, but there were 17 new subscribers to the channel this week. 17. Normally I get like 1, maybe 2, 17, which is mind-boggling. So if those are all of your friends, Brenda, thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you to anyone that's sharing the channel and just watching the videos. I mean, it's, you know, just watching the videos is enough for me. So thank you. All right. There's the last one of our block number 2. Brenda says, congrats. Thank you very much. This is all of you guys, not just me, but it's you guys too. You guys are helping me out. It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. I was saying earlier I had some extra time yesterday and I was going to work on a quilting project or something, and I couldn't come up with any projects that I wanted to work on that I didn't want to share with you guys. So I ended up doing something completely different because I couldn't make up my mind. Alright, so this is block number 2. We're going to set those in here because those are done, and now we can work on block number 3. Set that down here. Block number 3. Okay, so this is block number 3. It's got 2 5 by 6.5, I think, squares, and then it's got a small square with a strip there. So that's what the block number 3 looks like. This quilt is made of 3 different blocks, and then they're just placed into different orders. Chloe says, I look forward to your live stream all week. Chloe, thank you. That is so kind of you to say. I know I look forward to it, but it is so nice to hear that somebody else does too. Brenda says, Teresa Louise from iQuilt 2 told everyone to come and tell you so Becca and I sent you as a group effort. You know, I saw that Teresa had joined this channel, and I didn't want to say anything because I don't know how she does things, but thank you so much from her and from Sobecca. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. So much. Thank you. Oh, God, that is... Like I said, I saw that she had joined the channel. I wasn't going to say anything because, I mean, it was a huge deal for me. It's a huge deal for me. But I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know how that worked, and I didn't want to, you know, overstep. But thank you so much to you and to her and to Sobecca and to all of you. Thank you. I hope the channel continues to grow as much as it has been. It's been so much fun so far, and I look forward to it every week. And Chloe, thank you so much for those kind words. I'm so glad to hear that you enjoy it and that you look forward to it as well. That really makes it easier for me to set these things up. I gotta tell you, it really does. All right, so let's get this third block here going. I'm going to reorganize here a little bit. Oh. Tell you so Becca and I sent you. Oh, so sweet. I just thank you so much. You guys are all very, very, very kind. All right, there's the first one. We got a lot to go, so we'll just keep going. Brenda, Chloe was mentioning earlier today that she was working on getting her garden set up. Do you garden also? I was mentioning that I am not a gardener, and I've tried to garden before, but my dogs don't seem to want to have anything to do with it. I'm having some sizing issues today. So this one's 4 inches and it needs to be 3.5, so it's too long. Okay. We're going to have to sew it this way. There we go. All right, next. This one has all kinds of discombobulated there. And I have to iron this one up. It's kind of the edge on it has rolled. It must be right at the fold, so I'm just gonna iron that real quick. Yeah, it's right at the fold. Press that down. Brenda says, we grow some mean city maters. The squirrels also enjoy them. Yeah, we have a lot of squirrels by us. We have quite a few. Recently, we've entered Junebug season by me. I'm not sure if that's something by you guys, but oh Lord, those things are such a pain. Yeah, I am apparently cannot cut fabric very well. So let's see. Yep, too short. Okay. All of my pieces are too big, so that explains why we ran out of fabric. But that's okay. I've added extra fabric to it, so it's fine. 5 viewers right now. There we go. I don't want to do a yellow on yellow. I'm going to pick this one instead. There we go. This one works, and I want to do it this way. Alright. Chloe says, LOL. Brenda says, it was so fun to watch a squirrel tackle a tomato, bigger than itself across the yard. That does sound comedic. Yes, that does sound like a lot of fun, Brenda. We have a little dog, and she was on one of our lives not too long ago, the little black and white one. And one of her favorite toys is this stuffed cat. It's one of the stuffed animals from PetSmart. You know, it's $5 or $6 and it goes towards a good cause, but it's it's a stuffed animal. The stuffed animal is twice the size as she is, but she loves playing with this silly thing, and it's just so much entertainment to watch her play with it. Because she whips it around the living room and drags it around, and it's just so much fun. So much fun. All right. Lots of pieces to put together today, guys. Lots and lots of pieces. So, you know, and this one's short. Those are okay. That one's okay. Alright. It is what it is. Brenda says, finally learned the secret of planting cherry tomatoes for them to have. And Chloe's checking out the prizes. See if it works. There we go. I'm getting a little bunched up over here, so let me go ahead and pull these off. Make sure that we've sewn them all up correctly. There we go. Yep, these are all good. Oh, Chloe started on heist. Good luck. Good luck. That one needs to be trimmed. This one needs to be trimmed. Oh boy, Brenda's feeling lucky. She's giving up quite a few of those thimbles. But you know, you gotta risk them to win them, so good luck to you both. These two need to be trimmed up. Just gonna set these over here for now. There's that ahoy again. Oh my gosh, I keep grabbing the same fabrics. I'm trying not to grab the same fabrics. There we go. Why isn't... Oh, that's right. Okay. There we go. I must have hit the button and it turned the speed down on my machine. Uh-oh. I think we're out of bobbin. Yep, out of bobbin. Good thing I have another one. Always keep an extra one up here. And I'll put this one here, and then before I put the machine away, I will line that one up with the same color that's on the machine. And that way I always have one extra bobbin. Threads everywhere. There we go. So, Chloe, I know you finished that beautiful pillow you were working on for a friend of yours, your mother's friend. I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly. What? And you said you're working on Cotton Cuts PMQ, which, just a reminder again, they open on Friday, so make sure you go check them out. Under exclamation point CC in chat to get the link. So what else you got going on? Because, you know, us quilters, we can't have just one project running at a time. You know, we have to have a minimum of 4. I think it's a rule or something. I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4. And then I have 2, 3, 4 that are unfinished. The tops are finished, but I have to sandwich them and cool them up. So. So I have 8 total. Yes. Not that it's a competition, because it's not. I actually need to buy some batting, because I'm running low on my batting, so that I can finish up a bunch of table runners that I have going. I have a bunch of fabric. Apparently, I really liked these color combinations. Brenda says, "Oh my, I'm being thanked again for subscribing," up in the corner of the stream. Oh, no, Brenda, it's because no one else has subscribed on the live stream. So as soon as a new subscriber comes into the live stream, then that name will change to the most recent subscriber. So a lot of people subscribe to the channel, but because they didn't subscribe on the live stream, it doesn't change the name up there. So So your name, so you get to have you get to be famous until then. Oh no, no winners. Oh boy, everybody lost this time. Oh, so sorry to hear that, guys. Well, you know, give it 5 minutes and you can try and redeem your prizes back. Chloe, thank you so much for that. That was very, very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Thank you. That will go towards more projects and more fabric and more batting. So thank you very, very much for that. Definitely not necessary, but very much appreciated. Thank you. Brenda says, "Oh my goodness." Oh, Chloe's starting another heist. You might not have timed out just yet, Chloe. I think there's some time that's got I think it's like a 5 or 10 minute cooldown. So there might be a few minutes before you can start that again. We'll see if it kicks on. If it doesn't, then that's what needs to happen. We're just sewing up this third block here. We got to make 32 of them. So got all the pieces cut up, just sewing them up. Oh, Brenda says, "Oh my goodness, that everybody lost." Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it happens. Good news is it doesn't happen that often. And I did not turn on the slot machine. I was going to, and I forgot. That was on the list of things to do, and I forgot to do that. So my apologies for that. I'll try and make sure that one's turned on for next time, because I think that could be fun. you bet some points, and then it runs a random scenario, and you might win some prizes and stuff. So. Brenda says, "Aw, so sweet, cool." Yes, it was very, very kind of Chloe. Thank you. Once the channel gets a little bit bigger, I'll probably set up some like Patreon or something, or some memberships or something, some way for you guys to get a little bit extra out of the channel. But I haven't quite gotten there yet. Brenda says, "I'm putting a double wedding quilt together." Oof, Lord, girl, good luck to you. Oh, I've seen those, and the curves, they intimidate me to no end. So I would love to see how you're doing it. We would love to watch your progress on Facebook, so make sure you post pictures there. But good luck to you, because that's a lot of curves. A lot of curves. Chloe says, "You're welcome." Oh, thank you. And then Brenda says, "So if I miss a heist, sorry." Well, we get it. We understand. Oi, a double wedding. Oh, yikes. Good job. I'm sure it will turn out beautifully. I've seen some of your work. It's absolutely beautiful. You guys give me things to strive for sure. I pick out the simple ones. Brenda says, oh, it's so fun. Oh, well, I'm glad you're having a good time with it. It's very intimidating to me. Maybe one day I'll get there. Right now I'm still trying to get better at my straight stitch sewing and piecing and obviously cutting, because apparently I'm not great with that either. I'll get there eventually. There we go. All right. We're going to do a normal stream today. 2 hours long. We're on at 12:30 today. The last couple we've done were a little bit longer than normal, and that's because we were trying to finish up that project, which it is finished. It is not hanging up behind me because it is at the long arm. She said that she'll get to it in a couple of weeks, which is fine by me. I understand. Once it comes back, we'll probably do the binding on it. And I'm not sure if I'll do that as a video or if I'll do that as live, or maybe I'll just do it to do it. Because I do already have a video on the channel about binding. So, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Brenda says, I'm a member of a guild. We have basically a yard sale of donated items for a major fundraiser every year. Oh, that's really cool. That is really cool. I've looked into the guilds by me, and there aren't any that are really close to me, and the times that they meet are unfortunately times during the week that I can't make. So unfortunately I'm not able to join any of them right now. Maybe someday. I have a friend of a friend who is part of a Quilts of Valor group. She, so I try to give her some of my scraps too when I have them. They do some beautiful work over there. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, let's break these up. We're getting a little bunchy back here, so let's go ahead and grab these. Brenda says, a fella came up and donated a fully pre-cut DWR, and I grabbed it for $20. Sorry, Brenda, what's a DWR? I'm not sure what that is. I'm sure the $20 is an amazing price. I'm just not sure what the DWR is. So those are all okay. I don't think any of these needed to be trimmed. It's just those two so far. We're going to press those all up when we're done sewing. Let's grab this one. I'm not stressing out too much about what fabrics I'm grabbing. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not grabbing two that are going to be next to each other, two of the same fabrics that will be next to each other. It's fine if there's two fabrics in the same block, just not next to each other. You know, I'm kind of limited in what we can choose from because we don't have that many. Zoe says, nice. Brenda says, realize that one of the arch pieces was missing. DWR. Oh, double wedding ring. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So you're finishing up that one. I gotcha. Okay. Very cool. Very, very cool. Angel is in here with me today, and I think she's struggling today. Come here, sweetie. She was just trying to jump up on the bed and was having some struggles. If she goes back over there, I'll try and help her out. Do you want help, sweetie? You got it? You can do it. She's old. Sometimes she struggles a little bit. Don't we all? Oh, she got it. Good girl. She got it. Angel has made many cameos in a lot of my videos and my live streams. She's my daughter's cat. Basically lives in this room. She is going to be 19 this year. She's very old. Brenda says, so I grabbed fabric from my stash, but I didn't have enough, so I've been on hunt for something to match. Finally found it last week. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that you found it. That's great. I gotta tell you, when you're in the middle of a project and then you have to try and find fabric to go along with it, this project specifically, it took me forever to find fabrics that would go along with the quilt. I mean, I had to go all over the place. I went to all the different fabric place stores. Online, I went to Etsy. I tried Etsy. In fact, a couple of these fabrics actually came from Etsy because that's the only place I could find them. And then, of course, I get them all ordered, right? Get them all ordered. They show up. I'm getting everything ready to go. And Jordan Fabrics runs a sale on some fabrics. I click open. I look at it. Sure enough, there's fabrics that would have matched just fine. I'm like, really? They weren't there 2 weeks ago? I was so frustrated. I was like, ah! So it just goes to show you, things change literally every day by the second, and you just gotta grab it when you can. Which is probably why everyone has such large stashes. I think I've mentioned it before. As you guys can see, I really don't have a whole lot of room to store stash fabrics. So usually when I buy a fabric, I'll buy everything I need for an entire project, including the pattern as well that I'm going to use with it. So then that way it kind of all comes in as one piece, and I can keep it in the bag all together, put it up somewhere, and then when I'm ready to take it all out, then I have it there. So a couple of those are actually things we're going to be doing on this channel. One of them is the full-size quilt we're going to be working on when this one is completed. We've got 2 more full-size quilts we're going to be working on every other week. So then that way you guys are not staring at the same thing every week from me. Give a little bit of a variety in between all of our smaller stuff. I've got a bunch of table runners and mini quilts that we're going to be working on the channel as well. So I'm really excited for those. I just need to come up with some background fabric for a couple of those. Some whites or creams or something to go along with the print fabrics I have for those. So we'll get there with those. Okay, these are all the same fabric. Houston, we have a small problem. Okay, let's grab this one first. Brenda says, "Oh my, that's an amazing age for a cat family." Yeah, she's still with us. And then Brenda says, "Story of my life. I search for fabric. I need to get better at that." Yeah, you and me both, Brenda. You and me both. I am constantly searching for fabric. Now, like I said, I do have a local quilt store that I like to go to. It is not super local to me, so it is kind of one of those things where I really have to do that on the weekends. I can't really go during the week. Not a place that I can just stop at on my way home from work or things like that. And it's an amazing store, absolutely amazing store. I love going there. They have some really, really great programs and classes and things, and I try and take advantage of them whenever I can. But they don't carry every single fabric line. They do have quite a bit of fabric, but they obviously don't carry everything. And so that's why, in this day and age where you can buy fabric from a variety of different places online, I like to try and support local as much as I can online. So I'll do a lot of Etsy shops. I'll do a lot of mom and pop shops. The Among Friends from Louisville, Kentucky. I will definitely check that out after our stream today. Maybe I'll be able to find something from there. I'd like to try and support those local guys as much as I can. I don't buy fabric from the big box stores. I have learned that lesson. Some people say there's nothing wrong with that fabric, and in many ways there isn't. I have just found that I've found the smaller stores carry a higher quality of fabric, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And that's just based on the projects that I've had to work on for different things. Now, we'll have one block that has 2 of the same fabric on it. It is what it is. But that's just based on my opinion and my experience and what I've had issues with the bigger box stores, especially pre-cuts. The yardage isn't so bad if you're lucky enough to get the yardage. The yardage is not as bad as the pre-cut stuff, but even that I have had some struggles with sometimes. So I try to do local as much as I can. Brenda says, I'm amazed at how you YouTubers can sew, chat, and run a live. Oh, Brenda, you are so kind. It's not as easy as it looks. And that's probably why I make as many mistakes as I do. Because I'm not always paying close attention to what I'm doing. And that's why I don't do a lot of complicated ones. But I can multitask pretty well for the most part. At least I'd like to think I can. So thank you for that. I'm glad that I make it look effortless, because it's not. It's a challenge, but I love it. I have so much fun with it. So much fun. Oh, and of course my iron has turned off again, so I don't need that to run. We are almost done, guys, with the third block. So I think we're going to be able to start putting some rows together, because otherwise, we won't have anything to do today. I was not expecting to be able to complete these today, so this is really exciting. Yummy. Ice cold water. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It's still warming up. Takes a minute. It was really cold, apparently. I've got only had 2 blocks here that I had to trim up. But so Brenda, to your question, see, I have pieces like these that I got wrong because I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. So I make it look effortless, but it's really not. It's really not at all. But I appreciate you pointing it out. Thank you. And I am still learning. I am definitely not an expert at this by any means. So Becca and Teresa or Louise are much better at it than I am. But for sure. But I will tell you that doing the lives is actually easier than video recording. At least in my opinion it is, because I don't have to think so much about the camera angle or making sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. So eventually I will get to a point where my lives will have multiple camera angles, but for right now I only have the one. Eventually I will get to a point where I have 2. At least 2. But moving the ironing station right here onto this little folding table has helped tremendously with that. I don't know why I never thought to do it earlier. But that has helped tremendously. Having the cordless iron is also a huge one. That one has helped quite a bit as well, because then I'm a little bit more flexible in my small space of where I can go. I do have like one of those little bitty irons. I forget what they call it, but it's a little bitty one. I have, and I think I've seen one of them using, I don't think it was Teresa that was using it. I think it might have been Tiffany that was using the little bitty one. I know that Yvette has one. She's got one of the little bitty ones. And I have one too. And I do like that one. The only thing I don't really like about that one is I'm always worried he's going to tip over. It's so small and the little pegs on it that hold it are really tiny. So I don't really have a safe place to set that one down. And I'm always worried that I'm going to tip it over and hurt somebody, especially with Angel in the room here. I like this one much better because then it sits on the pedestal and I don't have to worry too much about her touching it or bumping it or knocking it over or anything. So I do prefer that one. So I just finger press it first to lay it a little flat, and then I just take the hot iron and press it down. And I'm sure I could do these more than one at a time, but we're not in any hurry, right? We're just having a relaxing Sunday today. No rush, no hurry. That's why I really like these. I really like our Sunday mornings. And I'm finding, since I've started this channel and I've dedicated myself to my hobby, as opposed to it just being, you know, a whenever I would make the time hobby, I am more relaxed in my everyday life, I guess, if you will. I have found that because I'm committing to doing this and this channel and the joy that I get out of it has allowed me to become more relaxed in my everyday tasks, if you will. So that's something I hadn't really thought about. That I didn't really think was going to be a thing. Chloe says, we are all always still learning. Well, that's good to know. And Brenda says, Stephanie Stitches used a little steam fast iron. Yes, I have I don't know what the brand name of mine is, to be perfectly honest. It's a little bitty one. It worked really well for a really long time until I got this cordless one. I loved it. It sat on my little counter here really nicely. I had a little the top of a metal tin that I would set it in, so then that way it wouldn't catch anything on fire or burn my wood. And I really liked it. It was a cute little one. I do like this one a little bit better because this one's obviously a bigger size. It's more of a full-size iron than the little one, because the little one worked really well for piecing, but it didn't work very well when the pieces started to get a little bit bigger. And even this one is a little small when it comes to the full size, when we actually put the whole quilt together. I actually have a bigger one, a big Black & Decker one for when we put it together. Oh, it appears we ran out of bobbin on this one. Let me run this one through the machine real quick. How many subscribers do you have? 58? Wow. Oh, no, I don't think 58 is correct. So because you gave me the gift of that you did, Chloe, it for some reason it changes the subscriber number to include the amount of the gift. So I think I'm only at 48 still. But 58 would be, I would probably break down in tears. So, no, I haven't figured out how to get it to separate the two out. I'm sure it's a setting somewhere, and I just haven't figured it out yet. So, but no, there's only 48, at least according to that anyway. I could probably check just to make sure. Let me check. I'll check. Yep, still only 48. But that's okay. 48 is still amazing. But yeah, the timer up there is a little deceiving for when people provide tips, because it bumps the number up for the tips too, and so I have to figure out a way to separate those out. I noticed that last week too. When Brenda was kind enough to give me a tip, it bumped up the count by the amount of her tip, and I knew that wasn't accurate, so. Brenda says, I only use my little iron when paper piecing. Oh, that's not a bad idea. I do have a project that I'm going to work on, probably in July, because we'll do like a Christmas in July kind of thing. It was a Christmas box from Fat Quarter Shop. It was their Christmas project box, and it came with Flying Geese paper piecing. They're pads of paper that they have from I forget the name of it now. But it was a flying geese one, and I want to try that out. That's why I have my little add a quarter rulers. I bought them for that project, and then unfortunately I ran out of time, never got around to it, and now it seems a little silly to try and do a Christmas one in May or June. So we're going to do that one in July. We'll do a Christmas in July kind of theme. And we will make that one, and I'm going to figure out how to do the paper piecing, because something I've always wanted to try to do. I would love to eventually get to a point where I'm doing something like Yvette does with like an actual quilt or a wall hanging or something like that. But I figure I'll start out small and easy, and we'll go from there. We'll start out little and work our way up, because those quilts are just, the amount of detail that goes into them is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I'd love to get to that point. Chloe says, oh, I see. Yeah. It would be awesome to get to 58, and maybe we'll get there eventually, but unfortunately we're not there yet. Although, like I said, when we do get to 50 subscribers, which we're only 2 away, but when we do, I will probably do some type of a giveaway. I have some patterns that I was looking through the other day that I probably will probably not make myself, so I'd rather give them to someone who will. So we'll probably do a little giveaway, so keep an eye on the channel for that. I'll probably just make a quick announcement on a short video or something that just says what we're going to do for that. I gotta figure it out. Figure out the best way to do that. And when the live stream gets a little bit bigger, I'll start doing giveaways on the live streams as well, like so Becca does. I'd like to give everybody an opportunity to win them. Right now, there aren't a lot of participants in the chat for the live streams, so I'd rather there be a few more there before we start giving things away, to give everybody an even shot of being able to win a prize. Trying to keep it fair and fun. Alright, we have like... Oh, okay, there's a few more here than I thought. I thought there was like 3 left. There's not. There's a few more than 3 left. Brenda says, I'm wanting to try those geese papers. Well, we will be trying them on the channel, because, like I said, it came in one of the project boxes, and I've been excited to try them out. I've been watching their videos, because they have a bunch of different ones, and I know Becca did, their pineapple one. I mean, obviously she's way more experienced with this stuff than I am, but she did that one, and it looked like a lot of fun. She didn't do it on her channel. I think she just did it as a side project, but that looked really fun. Brenda says, took a minute for the light bulb to come on with paper piecing, but it's basically the same method. You just simply turn over and sew on the paper line. Fabric still goes pretty side by side. Pretty side to pretty side. Okay. Gotcha. Brenda says, tell Tony and Lucas I said hi. Oh, that is very sweet of you. Yes, Lucas is traveling today, so that's why he is not on the live stream, and we miss him greatly. He's so much fun. And Tony is... I'm not even sure what Tony's doing right now. She's probably waiting for Lucas to come home. That's probably what's happening. But I will definitely tell them that if they're not already in the chat watching. That's very kind of you to say that. Thank you. And... so I watch the chat on my phone because the text on my computer is just a little too far away and a little too small. Well, my phone has just let me know that the battery is about to die. So I'm going to need to come up with a solution here pretty quickly so that I can keep up with your guys' chat messages, because I cannot see the ones on the computer. They're too small. But I will. Thank you, Brenda, for that. That's very kind. I will let them know you said hello, if they don't already see this message. Yes, but back to paper piecing, it's slightly intimidating for me because, you know, I struggle with just regular piecing. So the paper piecing one is going to be a little confusing to me with the whole doing things backwards and, you know, right sides together and that kind of stuff. So, but I would like to give it a try. And I thought that that project would be a perfect way to try it out. I don't know that I will do that on a video, only because I will also be learning just as much as you guys are, and it's kind of silly for me to do a video of trying to show you guys how to do something if I don't know how to do it. I might just do that on the live stream. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right, so that right there is our last block. That's it. It's all the blocks. Well, I take that back. I've got 2 that's here to trim up, so never mind. False alarm. I gotta trim these 2 up first. Threads everywhere. Threads everywhere. Pull this back a little bit. There we go. Let me trim these up real fast, get them ironed up, and then we can start putting pieces together. Or rows together, I'm sorry. There's that one. And this one. Go. I think the blade on my Martelli is finally starting to die, but I have to say I have been very impressed with it thus far. It has lasted through, gosh, like 4 projects. I mean, I can't believe how many projects it has lasted for. So I will definitely be buying more Martelli blades for sure, as opposed to the inexpensive ones that don't seem to last as long. And I've thought about picking up a, I have threads everywhere, I'm sorry. They're now bothering me. They weren't bothering me before, but now they're bothering me. So, thought about picking up a blade sharpener, but I've heard mixed reviews on them. Some people have said, oh, you know, I love mine, and other people have said, no, they just don't work the way you want them to. So I haven't really decided if that's a route I'm going to take or not. I don't know if you guys can see, there's just threads everywhere. I mean, I'm sure you guys feel my pain. I'm sure you've been here too, but they're just everywhere. So just give me a moment here as I de-thread. Everywhere. They're just everywhere. There you go. All over the place. There we go. Alright. But I am really, really liking it. I was not sure if I was going to like it or not. It was kind of pricey. I bought mine on Amazon when it was on sale. They were like, well, I think I bought mine for like $16. I think I've seen them even lower than that if you watch for them. And the blades, and Amazon has the blades also. You get like 4 blades for $20 or something. So, I mean, they're much more expensive than your cheaper blades, but I think they also last longer too, at least in my experience so far. So I will definitely be investing in some of those. Let me grab these 2 real quick. These 2 need to be ironed up, and then we can check the directions on how to start putting these pieces together. We've got about 20 minutes or so we can put a row or two together. Start putting them together. And then I think the next stream that we do with this for this project, we will be putting all the rows together. And then getting that one ready to also go over to the long arm. I already have my background fabric. I've shown it to you guys a couple times. It's back here. You guys probably can't see it on the camera, but it's back there. I had picked that out a while ago, and I had actually considered using, because I know I bought extra of it, had considered using it as part of the blocks and decided that I really needed some other fabrics as well besides just that one. So I decided not to use that one, but it's right here. I got this from Fort Worth Fabric Studio. It's really cool. They sent me a little thing of tea. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's really cool. But this is the fabric. Sorry for the glare and the lights there. There you go. So real pretty, small little white daisies with yellow centers. I think it's going to go really well with the rest of the quilt. And this is quilt for my daughter, whose room this is. So she has been helping pick out all the fabrics since it is for her. Alright, so there we go. That is block number 3. So let's check the directions here. Put it all together. That's where we're at, guys. It says to arrange the blocks in a random order, turning blocks as needed so the color placement is pleasing and seams are offset if possible. Note, you'll have extra blocks for all sizes except baby, which will make it easier to arrange and balance the colors. Oh, okay, so we'll have extra pieces. Okay, so normally if you had a design wall, this would be a perfect opportunity for you to start throwing them up on the design wall. The only really design wall I have is my little closet piece here and then the bed. So I think we're just going to start grabbing pieces at random and just start throwing them together. I think I will just do a pattern. Since there's 3 sets of blocks, we'll just grab one block, then another block, and then another block, and we'll just keep spinning them. For the full-size quilt, which is the one we're making, the block set is 8 by 9. So it's 8 across and then 9 down. So that would be 2.5 of these. So that'll be good. Brenda says, really cute. Brenda says, put the lime in the coconut. I'm not sure I understand what that reference is, but thank you. Sounds like Angel is ready for us. She has had enough. She's wanting to leave, so let me open that door real quick. There you go. Oh, I thought they were missing there for a moment. They're just kind of laid out weird. There we go. Alright. Put the lime in the coconut. I'm not sure what that reference is, but I like it. Okay. Let's see. So these go here to that one. There's Angel again. And then here's these. So basically, I'm just going to start grabbing these pieces at random. And we're going to go from there. So I'm just going to grab one of these and one of these. And as long as these 2 fabrics that I'm sewing up next to each other are not the same, we're going to sew them up together. So let's just try that. Excuse me. Brenda says my reference to putting pieces together. Ah, gotcha. Okay. I gotcha. All right. So I'm going to press all of these seams towards the right. And then the next row I will do towards the left. So we will have some seam matching to do with regards to the blocks when we get the rows together. But otherwise, there's nothing there. So I'm just going to keep flipping these pieces and putting them together. Got to get 8 together, so. Sometimes when I'm putting quilts like this together, I'll lay them out on the floor in my living room or all on my island in my kitchen. Kind of lay them out and decide what pieces I want where. But I think that we've done a well enough job with keeping these pretty scrappy, and because we can, there's no right or wrong orientation to the blocks, so we can just kind of keep spinning them and grabbing them in a random order to keep them kind of, you know, however we want. So just going to keep grabbing them. So I've got 1, 2, 3. This is number 4. Angel's knocking on the door again. Just a minute, Angel. But because there's no, you know, like with some of these quilts, there's a specific way that you have to orient the blocks so that you can make the designs that you're trying to achieve. But with this particular quilt, there's no orientation. It's 3 different blocks, and then basically you just keep spinning them until you get the right one that you want. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is awesome because that makes things much easier to make them. So. There is 4 pieces so far. It's about halfway there. I think that looks really good. And the pieces, I mean, I do kind of have all of this one block up in a row somehow, but that's all right. I don't think you're really going to notice it. And because they're all different sizes, you don't even really realize that they're even different blocks. They're just random pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's pretty cool. I'm really liking this so far. All right, so that's 4. I grabbed this one, so now it's this one. This way. I am going to have a whole mess of extra fabric from this quilt that I will probably either do as a giveaway or maybe I'll make a trade with somebody for it, but I'm going to have a whole mess of it. Because I bought a little bit too much of the extra fabric I needed because I wasn't sure how much I was going to need. It turned out I only needed like a quarter of a yard. I ordered a full yard of each of those. So I have a bunch of that. And then I have a bunch of spare pieces of the different kinds of fabrics that we already have on the quilt. Some pieces here, some pieces there. So there's going to be quite a few. I'm loving right now that there's no seams to match up. That's really great. All right, I lost count already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I need 2 more. There's this one. 7. All right, one more and then our first row will be done. I can't believe it, guys. We've started this quilt, jeez, 2 months ago, I think. At least 2 months ago. It's been going on. This is, I mean, obviously this is part 6, so it's been 6 weeks of projects, but not all in a row because we had to skip some for a little while there. So it's hard to believe that this is finally getting to a point where it's starting to look like something. It's just hard to believe that. All right, last block for row 1. And I wish I could get the colors to show up better on the screen for you guys. I'm really sorry that they don't. I wish you guys could see the beautiful yellow that this is. I'll make sure to take pictures of it and post it on our Facebook page so you guys can see it. The yellow on it is just such a pretty bright yellow. I just wish that it would show up better on the camera. It's obviously a setting that I have not been able to figure out yet. But here we go. Row 1. I've got my head in the way. Can you guys see? Here, look right this way. There we go. We started here. And again, the color is awful on the camera. But you guys can at least see the different blocks with the different patterns. And it just looks very scrappy. And I really like that. I really like that it looks scrappy. So there it is. Row 1 is officially finished. We will do the rest of the rows. There's a total of 9 rows. Oh, looks like my one light died. Which is perfect timing because I was just getting ready to end the stream anyway. So we will do rows 2 through 9 next week on the channel, and by then I'll have a better light because my light died. And Angel wants to come in, so. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end this stream here. It's a little bit earlier than 12:30 than we would normally do, but I really appreciate every single one of you joining me today. Thank you so much to all the subscribers. Thank you for the tips. Thank you so much for that as well. That will totally go towards more projects that you will see on this channel. I will have clue 2 of the mini mystery quilt out this week. I'm hoping to try and get 2 clues out this week, but I don't know if that will happen or not, so I don't want to make that promise to you guys. Brenda says really attractive. Thank you. Chloe says the stars have aligned. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. It's funny that the battery would die now, so that means that the other 2 are going to die any minute because they were all kind of around the same time. So at least I know they'll last me for a stream. Alright guys, I am going to end it here. You guys have an amazing rest of your weekend and rest of your week. I will see you guys back next week where we will finish this one up, and then the week after that we start a brand new project, which I'm really excited for. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of, I love this fabric, but I'm starting to get a little tired of looking at it. So that's why we're going to do this every other with the next one, so then that way we don't get too tired of the fabrics that we're looking at. So alright guys, you have an amazing week, and I will see you guys all next week. Thank you so much again for joining today. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!